Hi everybody, I'm just going to do a quick short video for all social medias for this. I've always wanted to do this for a long time. So to track Nikkei's progress, as in his fighting ability and his character development and that, I wanted to pit him up against an opponent that would be very similar in his respect. Um, so I chose Naruto because he does show character progression. He's not super powerful on the get-go like Nikkei is. So he make a good opponent. So let's get started. Why do I think Naruto would win? First off, Naruto's had training and he's pretty much been to ninja school his life, which means he's probably had a couple of mock battles, even if they're not as severe when he goes into the first arc in. He's had the experience and he's had time to develop techniques like his section no jutsu, his shadow clone jutsu, and a few other techniques. Shadow clone stuff, not shadow clone, sorry, the one with the log thing. I forgot what that jutsu was called, but basically he would be trained in the way of shinobi enough to definitely win in the technique category and the ability category. Those two central things alone would actually mostly would carry him to the victory that I'll be talking about. The only thing I think Nikkei does have advantage over him on is power. So I'm talking about their natural ability sets before the techniques kick in. Nikkei is a half vampire, half human, which means he has he's a little bit stronger than the average human. He is definitely a little bit faster and reflexive than most people, and actually Nikkei is quite for some reason he has a high amount of endurance even for someone his race in the VGS world. Like, he has unnatural endurance, which means he would have the edge over Nikkei over those because of his natural abilities. Obviously, if he drank blood, he would become a little stronger for a temporary amount of time and stuff like that. So that would be, and the only other thing I think he would have a surprise over Naruto, but I think he would get used to quite quickly due to his training, is Nikkei's personality. Now, if he gets to the point where the other personality sort of breaks through and reigns chaos on the battlefield and stuff like that, I think Naruto would be thrown off because the fighting style would switch up and stuff to be a lot more aggressive than what Nikkei has. He's a lot more of a defensive fighter. His other personality, Puppet, would be a lot more offensive, a lot more berserker barbarian in D&D terms. But I think Naruto, after a little while, he would definitely overcome that because, as is ninja, he's probably been trained to sort of have unexpected scenarios pounce on it. And honestly, when we see in the first arc, Naruto is quite the creative fighter, and I think even on his own, he would definitely be able to take on Nikkei on a one-on-one fight. A team fight, on the other hand, yeah, like, because of Jess, Rangfang, and Kaz, I think the Team Lost Soul would definitely have the edge over Naruto's Team 7. Even though Nikkei would be taken out quite earlier on, the others would pick up the slack definitely because they definitely had battle experience. They've definitely been through their traumas like Naruto has. So they would be on the same level as the other team. But to be honest, this is not a team battle. This is a one-on-one fight. And I'm sad to say, as much as I love my characters and all that, Naruto would definitely take the first round. And remember, also, he's also faced a really tough opponent from the get-go, and he actually kind of won mostly on his own, even though he did have a little help. Nikkei, on the other hand, his first proper fight was with Gabriel when the Bounty Hunter arc truly started, when he had to shop in the thermal, but he even had help from James Vampra, while Nikkei had time to sort of take the battle to the victory. Also, on the second big fight he had, which was with MK2, Nikkei was getting absolutely obliterated. Yes, he did hold his own. His unnatural endurance helped him, and he did have a very quick think moment. But after that, things were going to go downhill for him, and he was actually saved by none other than his nemesis Jaminio, and stuff like that. And remember, this is after Arc 1, so we're talking about their damage, what they've taken so far. Naruto, as much as he took damage, he probably would have recovered well and stuff like that. Nikkei, on the other hand, lost his ability to use Shadow Magi, which is magic, because of he overdrived and he lost the use of it in his arms, and that's how he trained to use Magi. So at the moment, Nikkei has a major disadvantage by losing that access pool of abilities that he had, which means it would really limited his combat capabilities to just a physical fight, which means Naruto, with his Sharingan Jutsu and other abilities aside, would really take the win on this one. So that was my thoughts. Anyways, if you guys have read my manga series Vamp the Lost Soul, you can get it on Amazon, Kindle, and Google Books if you want to check out my manga series. And if you have any thoughts, comment down below, guys. Like, I was hoping, one, this would encourage people to read my manga more, and two, I think this would be interesting because I think once arc 2 is done, which is going to be a longer arc, I think the fight would then become a lot more interesting because round 2 after arc 2 would actually be a lot more of an interesting fight. And I think how I plan my story out, I would have to look at it after the fact, but I think the fight would be a lot more on equal ground. But so far, I'm sorry, Nickcca, Naruto would take the win. He is my OC. I do love him and all, but sadly, I don't see him winning this fight. See you later, guys. Have a good day.